Hey everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Alison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. It is a cool and crisp sort of Friday evening in Burbank. It is the Friday before Xmas, and I'm sitting in the pod cabin with your husband and mine, Daniel Quantz. Hello.
Hello.
Now, as has been well documented, I will not be commenting on Daniel's tone of voice.
That's good.
On his vibe.
Thank you.
On his energy.
Very nice.
Let's say he were to, and he didn't this time, but a thing he often has done in the past is sort of pick at the microphone, just the microphone, like the foam cover. I shan't be commenting on that. Let's say he looks vexed. You won't be hearing it from me. You yourself will have to say to yourself, self, is that vexation I hear? Because
is this worse?
I don't know. If anything in your general visage were to suggest it is worse, you wouldn't find me noticing it, commenting on it.
That's good.
Reflecting it.
That's good.
Let's just say there was a way you were sitting with your hand in a brow furrow. You would never know from me. I mean, they don't even know if you're in here. These could be drops. That's how, from now on, Daniel, you are a disembodied voice.
Good.
You are a disemboweled husband.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, sorry. You're a disembodied voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not be interacting with it other than on strictly the word level.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Speaking of word level, so I took a drive today. But if you're thinking, wait, isn't she going to talk about the Spotify comments? I will. Don't you worry, because now there's just a flurry of them because people are like, she's reading them on the show. Gots to get in there. And that is the kind of interaction that I like. Speaking of interaction, actually, I know I'm taking a detour, but that's kind of my thing. Speaking of interaction, I want to hear from you guys. What is your New Year's resolution? What are you looking forward to in 2026? Or if those are too hard, you can just let me know how it's going out there. Perhaps you want to submit a Just Me or Everyone, or a Hey, Go Fuck Yourself, or a product pick. But I am specifically wanting to know your New Year's resolutions because mine keeps changing. Because we're going to do a show that's going to air on New Year's. Be a part of it, won't you? Call in. We won't answer. That's the Alison Rosen promise. Leave a voicemail. Aim for a minute or less. Here's the number. Here it comes. Get a pencil or pull out your phone and open up the Notes app. 323-553-2331. Once again, 323-55. You look confused, but I wouldn't be saying something like that. 323-553-2331. Okay, enough of that. Now, what I was going to say was I had a lot of time to drive today. Well, no, I was driving and I had a lot of time to think whilst driving. And I was thinking that actually, the reason I was thinking this is because I was listening to an audiobook. My therapist has recommended a book. It's called Parenting from the Inside Out. It's by Daniel Siegel and someone else. And I think the thesis of the book is it doesn't matter if you had a rough childhood. What matters is how you come to understand your childhood and how you process your childhood. So it's sort of an obvious thesis. Like that is what's going to have an impact on how you parent. Because if you haven't processed your childhood, if you haven't come to understand it, then you're just going to unknowingly sort of repeat the sins of your parents.
Sure.
Which in a way, I was like, so what you're saying is those who don't understand history are doomed to repeat it. Did you have to write a whole book on that? But I think there's more to it. It's sort of her recommendation for reading this grew out of me talking about my realization that I am really bad at emotionally regulating myself in tense moments.
Right.
Like Owen, I'm really jumping around, but Owen had a meltdown the other day. And I was like, Daniel, can you console him? Because Elliot at the same time, like urgently, needed more broccoli or whatever, some dinner related thing. So you went to Owen and I went to Elliot. But after it kind of passed, I realized I feel as if someone has lit my body on fire or peeled my skin off or shot bullets at me. Like,
because of Owen's screaming and carrying on.
Yes. And I suspect if you were to put sciencey things on my body that could determine like what's actually happening in my body, the amount of stress that my body thinks it's under or is under right now is probably the same as if I were in major pain or in some kind of true emergency.
They have done those studies, and they say that parents who have, I forget if it was like kids who are really difficult or something, they have the same physiological reactions and changes as people who go to war.
Yes. I feel like I'm in war.
It's not the same, obviously, but like your brain does respond to it as a crisis. It's like, it's like
right. Well, so I was saying to her, I don't know if it's because of the way I grew up, the house I grew up in, or if it's because parents are just naturally wired to really over-respond to their children's distress. And she's like, I think it's both. But anyway, this book is, she recommended this book for that. Like,
Parent Heal Thyself.
Kind of. But so anyway, I really, I haven't known whether to it makes it sound like I've been working on this issue for months now since she recommended it. Do I buy it as a paperback or do I buy it as a Kindle? Because I have loudly trumpeted, the angel Gabriel, who trumpets
personally,
stuff.
Intimately.
He's a nice guy. What does he trumpet like?
Yes.
But is it like, oh, hey, psst, Jesus is coming back? Or is it just like, Jesus was born, or I have a prophecy, or like, what is he trumpeting?
Does he blow his trumpet when Jesus born? I mean, in Revelations, it's like the trumpet blares and then all hell breaks loose.
Oh, so it's like a warning, like look out, frogs and locusts and dead Jews and stuff, pestilence, fleas.
If you believe in that stuff, sure.
Well, akin to Gabriel, I trumpeted. I'm a Kindle person now.
Yes,
so can I go off?
You were just strutting around.
I know.
Like, oh, look at me. I've got a Kindle and I read it all the time.
I did that. It was so much. Did you record me? That sounded just like me.
And then you're like, oh, look, I have this new cover where I can put my hand through and I can do one-handed,
reading. It's not very comfortable though. That little, it's not perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
It is not perfect. The cover, the Kindle itself is perfect.
I will say this about Kindles. In your defense, like Kindles, several times in my life I've been like, you know what? I feel like I really could. I'm going to go with a Kindle right now. And you get the Kindle and it's like, oh, neat. I am going to fucking use this
I'm going to be Mr. Kindle.
And then I realize I don't like reading books on this. And then I stop using it every time.
How many Kindles have you gone through?
3.
Are you serious?
Well, I got the first Kindle.
Okay.
That almost doesn't count because that was like, and then I got a Kindle. I think I got another one at some point. I think maybe I didn't. I got another one a few years ago and I read a little bit on it and then I was like, And then I went to take it on a trip with us because, like, you know,
it wouldn't charge, right? Because trips are where you're really going to be.
No, it would charge. It wouldn't connect to like the WhisperNet or whatever, so I couldn't download any of the books, and it kept giving me errors like we can't connect to this, and it's like, what the fuck use are you?
Yeah.
If I can't connect it, you know what I mean?
I do.
It's like a book that you can't open.
Right, like one of those fake books. But not a fake book like in the musical sense, but a fake book, like just a decorative book.
Like a diary that has a lock on it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry that you experienced such a arduous situation. But back to me, Tony.
I was trying to sympathize with you. I'm saying, like, I know what it's like to think you're a Kindle person and then realize you're not.
Well, but don't paint me with that brush yet, sir. That has not happened to me.
And when you were walking around, when you were strutting around, I was like, oh, I've been there. I know what this is like. She thinks she's a Kindle person, and soon She'll be crawling back.
Wait, are you serious?
She'll be crawling.
See, this is like when I moved to New York. I was like, are my friends secretly like, oh, she'll come back with her tail tucked between her legs? She'll be back. Is that really what you were thinking? That's so rude. That is so rude.
Yeah.
That you were like preying on my downfall.
I wasn't praying for it. I just knew it's inevitable.
No, I meant praying like PREY, but I don't know that really works in that situation.
No, it doesn't.
So you were like...
I just was like...
You were like... But essentially what I'm hearing is...
It's like the folly of a teenager.
Announced that I was loudly trumpeted, a la Gabriel, that I'm a Kindle person. You were like, that's bullshit.
No, I was just like, this too shall pass.
Well, we all shall pass.
I don't mean it in the like all things are transient sort of way. I just mean like very few people remain Kindle people for very long. And I know there are people out there who are like, I'm way into my Kindle. Right. I've read it for years. No, you're not. No, you're not. You think you are, but you're not. So I win the argument. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing.
Because no, you're not.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
You can also get the Kindle app on your phone. So in a pinch, your phone can also be a Kindle, and then your phone can also be something to use to look at Instagram and TikTok, and then, oh, look at me, I'm no longer reading. So the question with this book feels Parenting from the Inside Out that my therapist has recommended. I'm resetting. Mm-hmm. Do I buy the book or do I put it on my Kindle because I am a Kindle person now? It feels like the kind of thing that should be a book because I might want to like refer back.
Yeah,
also,
any book you want to go back to, it's like you want.
I think she thinks she might have said something like you should read it too. I don't know. I can't remember if she really said that or not, but she might have. So if she did, like for that reason,
I'm not going to read it. I listen. I don't read that much, and so if I'm going to read something, it's not going to be a parenting book.
Go on.
I'll have you read it and then summarize it for me. You can like teach it to me. Or we could get like, can you get PDFs of books? Like,
I'm sure.
And put it into like Google Notebook
you can
and
get
have
it
it
on
summarized.
Kindle.
No, I know, but I want a copy I can load into an AI and have the AI tell me what it is.
You could probably ask an AI to do that.
Just summarize the fucking book for me. I don't need, like, here's the problem with those kinds of books is it's like they'll have a point. Like they'll have some good
points.
But
there's a lot of anecdotes.
But there's a lot of filler.
There.
There's a fucking because they got to fill it out to be a book.
Right.
It's just give me the
there's
points.
There's the B plot, the C plot.
I don't need to waste my time with all the fucking anecdotes. Like just tell me the fucking.
So anyway, oh my God, the point is, while I was driving, and I was like, I am trapped. I'm driving. I don't know what to listen. There's no music that I want to listen to.
Really?
Yet I just for that moment I didn't feel like listening to music. Okay. I know I burned through I've listened to every single bit of music in the universe, Daniel.
Well, no, but you've lately been really into some types of music.
Like what?
You want me to tell them?
Well, I'm actually drawing a blank. Yeah.
You've really been listening to that Taylor Swift album.
Yeah. Well, no, I had stopped and I've returned.
So there's that.
Okay.
There's that musical you're going to.
Oh yeah, 6, the musical. I forgot about that. That's what I could have listened to.
Well, I would appreciate it if you listened to it on your own.
I know. You've complicated it for me.
Yeah.
Instead of just listening to music I enjoy, now there's an asterisk. Oh, Daniel wishes you would listen to it without him.
But not in that voice.
Daniel wishes you.
Try again.
Daniel wishes you wouldn't. Don't listen to this. I'm Daniel. Hi, I'm Daniel. Please don't. Oh, sorry. How do you think you sound?
No, that was your internal voice. I was trying. That you were saying. I don't refer to myself in the third person. You were mocking yourself just now.
No, I wasn't.
And I was trying to get you to be kinder to yourself.
Don't gaslight me. Is this a thing where you hit someone with their own hand? Stop hitting yourself.
Classic bit.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. How do you sound when you're asking me not to listen to that in front of you?
Well, I just, hey, honey, stop listening, or there's the door.
Right. That's what I feel like.
There's the door. There's the door, and you can take a walk.
Because I am taking Elliot. and you don't get to see 6, so you don't want it played around you. And also you don't like it.
I don't want to see it. I've heard it. It's not for me.
But it's Hamilton-esque.
That's the problem. Hamilton exists.
Yeah.
I don't need Hamilton-esque.
I think I hurt my throat doing your voice. How do you exist with that voice?
Blah blah blah. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, so I thought I'll get it on audiobook. It took me 15 minutes.
That was the story?
Yeah.
Wait, so the story was just that you had an audiobook of this book?
No, there's more. So I was listening to the audiobook.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute. I got to rewind it. What did you say?
So you weren't concentrating.
Wait a minute, what? I am so much more a visual person, but I don't think of myself as a visual person because I don't really know what it means to describe yourself as a visual person, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because I'm really bad. I have no sense of direction. That's the main one.
You can't imagine, like, if we're trying to do something, like, let's say we're trying to decorate an area.
Yeah.
And it's like...
You're like, imagine this color couch there. Like, I absolutely cannot. You have to actually... You can't imagine it. You have to see it physically. Like, whether it's like graphic design... Sometimes when I'm trying to tell if I like an outfit that I have on, I have to squint.
You can't, like...
It's like I lose the forest for the trees visually nonstop.
Right. Can you imagine an apple? Like,
I actually can. I know about that. Yeah, like very clearly.
Can you? So with the detail, can you turn it around in your head? Like, can you? Imagine
like
it rotating?
It's 2D and there's a little worm coming out of it. No. Yes, I can.
Okay. So you can think visually. You just have. You're just not creative. Is that?
I don't know what it
like,
is.
Maybe you're just not. You don't have an imagination. Is that what we're talking about?
Possibly. So. I was thinking, is this book even going to sink in if I'm not able to read the words? Because
Were you not able to concentrate, or was it just like hard to stay focused on it? Like, it could be
both. It could be that I like to set the pace. So when I'm listening, I'm when I'm reading, if I need to reread a sentence or something,
or
I
if
can
you just
do
need
that.
to pause for a second, to let something
think about
digest.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know, but I just think things sink in so much more when I can read them.
Sure.
So, are you aware of this game? It's something like "Say It on the Beat" or something. It's this new thing that's all over social media, I guess. According
Is it like rhyming words?
Yeah. Well, it'll be like. Dude, it's almost like Guitar Hero, but words or pictures.
It'd be like
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bore.
Yes,
I saw that. It looks impossible to me.
So
I would never be able to.
I think we should do it on air in a little while. But what I noticed is if it says 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, the numbers, then anything I can read, it's not a problem for me at all. But if it's a picture of a sheep and a picture of a cat.
Yeah, it takes a second.
That's how you are too.
Yeah, that's how I am. But
if it just says the word, there's no lag time.
Right. I'm the same way.
Okay. Is that how everyone is though?
Well, some people are really good at that game, so maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I was watching someone do it, and he was like, he nailed it. And I'm just like, I would need time to wait. What is that? Oh, that's like, I don't know. My brain doesn't work like that.
But for reading, if it says the words.
If it was words, it would be easier.
Yeah. Right. Because what it made me realize is there's even, like, in reality, when you are looking at a word, there's a process of looking at the shape of the letters and knowing what the word is and then saying it. But that happens instantaneously for me. Versus looking at a picture and figuring out what the word is a slower process.
Right.
But but like for Owen, let's say, or for Elliot, it probably wouldn't be because because reading is not second nature to them yet. Actually, it is, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, a word is the most abstract version of something. Like if you were to
I know what you're saying,
right?
Yeah.
And so,
yet that's the one. This ties back to what I was saying about I'm concerned that without reading the words, this book is not going to sink, I'm not going to grasp it.
Yeah.
It's like I need the most abstract. Because I like
audiobooks.
That's obviously how to interpret that. You do? I can't get down with them.
I have to be in an activity that is not where there's no visual distractions. I think maybe if I was like I can't listen to audiobooks while I work.
Well, yeah.
Because, but I can listen to podcasts. Like I can listen to podcasts because I can tune out of a podcast.
Right.
But with a book, if you
don't
tune
want
out,
to.
well, if you tune out of a book, you miss something important. You got to go back. So with audiobooks, it requires concentration, and so for that, it's like I need to be doing something that's really like exercising or driving, or something like that. But if I am doing that, I like them because I can burn through books quickly, and I don't fall asleep.
Tell me an audiobook you've listened to.
When I read, sorry, I'll tell you in a second. When I read a book, like physically, I always fall asleep, and this is a problem in college.
What about when you read on your Kindle?
Yeah, I fall asleep. I always fall asleep like 2 pages in, like every fucking time. I learned.
This is like me trying to watch a show.
I learned in college that I had to plan a nap into my studying because I couldn't stay awake. Anyway, the last book I read was called. Let me see.
Can I interrupt you and say, to me, it sounds like you're really tired.
Well, it may be that. I mean, okay, hold on. Let's see. It's called, the last book I called was, the last book I read was called The Rush, and it was a nonfiction book about the California Gold Rush.
I'm going to now quiz you to see what you recall from it, okay?
Sure.
Who's the author?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't think I ever knew.
What does the cover look like?
It was like a gold. And it just had the words real big on it.
What's some
picture of?
What's it about?
It's about the California Gold Rush.
But like, what's its special? It's special sauce.
The author did research on like firsthand accounts of every aspect of it. So it's like it starts out talking about the conditions that led to it. Like, okay, what was it? And then it talked about, okay, what was so each stage of it. So like, what were the various journeys to California like? So there was the people that went overland, there were the people that went by water or whatever, and then
underland.
Well, like.
Probably not.
I don't know. I don't want to get in. No one cares but me about this shit. But it's like it's fascinating because like.
Well, I have a question.
What?
Is there a third way to go besides overland and by water?
You burrow through the middle of the earth.
That's what I said. Underland. Yeah. No, really. Those are the only options, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, like you had people.
Not pretty much. Like literally.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally, there's no other way to arrive. I mean. Still, the only options are overland and by water.
All right. I was leaving open the possibility of a third. There is no third. It literally just talked about people. Thank you for nailing that down.
I am not trying to be an asshole.
No, you're not being an asshole.
I just am being an asshole.
You just are one.
Oh my God, we agree.
Yeah. So it talked about people who came by ship, which was a fascinating journey. Because many of them, if they were coming from the East Coast, they would go to Panama. They would have to. There was no Panama Canal yet, so they would disembark, and then they would have to travel through the jungle, and then catch another ship on the flip side of the.
I have a question.
And then go to San Francisco. Yes.
If there was no Panama Canal at that time, what did they use as an example of a palindrome? Madam, I madam.
That's about half the book.
It is?
Yeah, no.
The development of a plan, a canal, Panama?
That's right.
Okay. No, really, what, like, if someone said, what would they just be like, boob? What's a palindrome? Boob.
Sadly, this book doesn't cover that.
Fuck.
And then the other way people came was by the various trails, coach.
Poop.
There were no trains yet. And so, those journeys are like wild. The shit that went down. Anyway.
Okay. I feel satisfied that you ingested.
Can I talk about one thing though that actually might be interesting to people?
I was going to ask you a question.
Okay.
But what did you learn? Give me a factoid.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that has stuck with me. There's a lot. But one thing that stuck with me, I think we talked about this.
Oh, yes, because you're a dark soul.
Well, I've been going through a bit of a dark night of my own soul.
And now I've caught it from you. I don't know if they can tell. I'm in a dark place.
And I have been wrestling with the demons.
With the ones inside or outside?
Inside, but they seem outside. You know?
You've externalized your demons.
I do.
It's a great insight.
But we talked about it last week a little bit.
Yeah.
I think. And but one of the things that would happen, so people would come via like coach, right? They get in these like covered wagons, bunch of oxen or whatever, pull them down these trails, and at the height of the gold rush, like 49, 50, 51, like whatever, there were just tons of people, right, going down. And there were various stretches where there was like no water, or just, the fucking, like, the resources along the way were basically non-existent. And so people would have to start offloading some of their supplies because they couldn't, the oxen were getting like tired or whatever, for whatever reason. And when they would do that, this happened frequently, they would offload their supplies and then they would burn it, or they would salt it. They would ruin it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want, because they were mad, they had to get rid of it, and they didn't want the people behind them to be able to have the resources that they were offloading. Some of them would even like
poison it,
burn fields of grass so that people couldn't feed their oxen behind them. And I guess I was just thinking about how this part of human nature, that unkindness, that obviously not everybody, but a lot of people, this happened. It's such a part of us that it's like you just have to accept it. Like, it just feels, when I was reading that, I'm like, oh, this is not something that you can, like, you would like to think that, there's some sort of world where we can all just live in harmony and everyone will be kind to each other. And certainly we can aim for that, and we can all like do better. But on a certain level, there's just a part of our nature that is cruel and selfish, and you have to just reckon with it. Mm-hmm. And not just pretend that it's an aberration. It's not an aberration. It's baked in. It's a fundamental part of who we are.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I've been grappling with that. Okay.
That's a fun fact.
So that's the factoid you learned?
Oh, you wanted a fact?
Where is gold found nowadays? Not in the U.S., I don't think.
Gold mines now. I mean, I want to say like maybe Africa. I think there's some gold mines in like maybe South Africa. There's still gold. Right. There's still some gold, I think, in California. They're in maybe Alaska.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Now, let's read the Spotify comments. Now, again, I don't know where people go to leave them, and I don't know where people go to see them. I just know that they exist, and I got an email that says, you have new comments, and then I open it up and I see them. So Nathan Mendenhall says, here for the Spotify comments. See, we brought him in. All right. Brielk says, Australian here, hello. It's Bondi, like Bondi. It was two awful people that massacred 15 in a terror attack and injured many. It is a very unusual event here, but I do hope that gun laws are tightened. We lost too many innocent people, and no one here except maybe farmers and police really need guns. Guns don't bring about happy outcomes. Agree. Can I say something unpleasant?
Well, sure.
I mean, I've been saying unpleasant things for 32 minutes and 43 seconds, right? And it's going to be even more once the theme song is dropped in. I am so appreciative of the guy. So the Bondi Beach attack, people were celebrating Hanukkah on the beach. Father and son shooting team decided to shoot them. I don't know what the death toll is at this point. Do you know? Is it like 14?
I have not been.
No, me neither. Because there's not a ton of attention on the victims. There's so much attention on, there was this guy, Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who heroically tackled.
That's really the Chris Christopherson of Arab names.
Yes, it is. He tackled, I told you that my dad had a professor named Newton Van Houten.
Oh, no.
No, sorry. His name was Professor Van Houten, and he named his son Newton, and his son hated him. And my dad always suspected it was because his name was Newton Van Houten.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with this. Or did he? So anyway, I don't think he did, but I have got to look up Newton Van Houten. So Ahmed Al-Ahmed heroically tackled one of the shooters and got shot in the process, but I think he's okay. And there's been so much attention on him and none on the victims. Now, I don't want it to sound like I'm saying, fuck this guy. Like, no, that, there should be, imagine if there were heroes in every shooting. That'd be amazing. Thank you. But it's weird that there's like, I can't name one victim. I haven't seen pictures of any of the victims. Hello. And I think you have. Okay.
Yeah. There's like there's a Holocaust survivor. There's a rabbi
who died.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, never mind.
But you're right that it hasn't been widely, like, it's not like that's the focus. But I feel like it's not the focus. The whole thing is kind of fallen off.
Because I think, here's why I think Muslim guy named Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who was on the side of attacking the terrorists, I think that's a very compelling narrative for a lot. It's like catnip for a lot of people. And it is pushing that the victims were Jews out of the way.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like no one's really talking about it though right now.
Well, then the Rob Reiner thing happened.
Yeah, I feel like other things have...
Yeah, and the two professors and stuff. So
isn't it? Yeah, and then
take a number at Bondi Beach.
I feel like there have been other attacks that have happened since then that are disturbing that have gotten no attention either.
Yeah. Like when I attacked you for liking the gold rush. I haven't seen one headline about that.
I mean, no, like, what was like maybe going to war in Venezuela, like shit like that. I feel like is getting more attention. I don't
even know what's going on in Venezuela. It's off my radar.
Well, we've got probably the biggest military presence in the Caribbean since the Cuban Missile Crisis. Like, Trump has put our biggest aircraft carrier, like, the fleet. What do they call it? I forget what they call it. A carrier group. Brought it over from the Mediterranean. So we don't even have a fucking carrier group in the Mediterranean right now. In case anything pops off over there, we don't have anything. It's all like sitting off the coast of fucking Venezuela. For what reason? Like, what?
What is the reason?
I like, they want regime change there. They want Maduro. They want to like get rid of Maduro. I think Trump literally has said he just wants to like get rid of him and take the oil, which is fucking insane. We like, I think we like captured a fucking oil rig. We've been bombing boats in the, like, without any kind of, like, what, we're like at war, but we're not. Like, it's, the whole thing is so fucking weird. So I don't know. So that's happening.
Is everything crazier and happening faster than normal, or is it just that I am wound really tight and like have no capacity to like absorb anything right now? And I'll get to why I'm like that, but I just feel like I have, when when you accidentally ate the pot cookie in Seattle,
yes,
and then we went to dinner, you were so high, like uncomfortably high, and I said, "Oh, look, it's the DoubleTree," or no, it's the West, because you and I were staying in one hotel because I had Fairmont points, and everyone else was staying in the West. Everyone else at Bumble Bumbleshoot was at the West End. I said, oh, look, it's the West End. And you said, I can't even begin to deal with that right now.
Yeah, it was
That's how I feel about Venezuela.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot going on. I mean,
Yeah,
like, I don't blame people for checking out. I have wondered. So, there's this study. I'm going to make this quick.
Thank you.
There's a study I recently heard about where they were, because there's this problem with Gen Z of like the of people in Gen Z feeling very isolated and alone. People are calling it the loneliness epidemic.
Oh.
But it's like a real thing. Like they're not dating as much as previous generations.
Probably not even going into
they don't
their
have
workplace.
They don't have as many friendships. Yeah, there's lots of and people are like, oh, they're on their phones all the time. But what they figured was actually, no, it's not that they're on their phones necessarily. It's that they don't believe other people want to be friends. Like they don't believe,
like they're cynical,
generally speaking, that other people would want to be friends, and so they don't reach out as much. They don't sit down and start up a conversation. And so in order to test that out, they took 2 dorms, and in one of the dorms they put like posters and sort of all over the place showing like, you know, basically propaganda to suggest people do want to be friends, and most people
friendship yeah, that's what my show is.
Yeah, and
friendship,
so like
propaganda.
And what they found after like 6 months was that the kids in the dorms, where it was like they were hammered over the head, like, no, people do want to be your friend. They all had really healthy social lives.
Yeah,
and the ones in the other dorm didn't. And they're calling that, I think they're calling that the empathy gap. And I was thinking about that, and like that's part of my problem too.
What's the empathy gap?
It's the gap between what you believe, the empathy you believe other people have, and what they actually have.
Oh,
so we're going around, and I think that's where social media is fucking us, because like I feel like I have grown much more cynical, like, and when I look at other people, just generally now, I have much more of a like contentious feeling, and I was like, yeah, I think that I'm getting that from the algorithms and shit. Like I am being fed stuff that's making me pissed off all the fucking time, and seeing lots of stuff from other people, feeling like, you know, like people are just selfish and awful, but that's not true. Like generally speaking, but I'm having a harder time proving to myself that it's not true, because I'm not seeing evidence of it. And so I read about that thing, and I'm like, yeah, I need to change my media diet somehow. I need to experience people being good to each other. I need to bear witness to something that can disprove to me that people are awful. And I don't know what the answer to that is, but that's what I need, because it's too grim. Like it just is, it's making me
sad.
It just puts you in a bad place.
Would you say that you've grown a little older, grown a little leaner, grown a little colder, and grown a little meaner?
Yeah, I would say that.
I think you need a little Christmas.
I would sing it.
How good was the propaganda in the storm? Like, what did it say? Was it like successories?
Yeah, it was pictures of like vistas, sunsets, and saying friendship.
It's not a ship you travel on, but it takes you somewhere anyway. Oh, I should write those. I'm so good. Okay. Then Bren said, they sent a card this year. You boy, what day is it? Buy a goose. God bless us, everyone. I don't get that. Joey Wynn says, there it is. Quote, there it is. Sad house, block house. Got me. I don't know why, LOL. That's something one of us said, but I don't remember why.
Sad house.
Block house. Sad house, block house. It's a sad house block.
Oh, because our house was sad because we didn't have Christmas lights or something? Well, I don't know the context.
I think so. Brian with an I, when are we going to hear y'all's thoughts on the new Vanderpump servers? Okay, so I have watched a little bit. Have you?
You did?
Yes, I did.
How dare you?
Well, you put Peacock on my laptop, and I'm
overwhelmed with betrayal right now. It has been 3 weeks, to get you to watch the next episode of Mormon Wives with me. And meanwhile, you're out there philandering with Vanderpump season whatever. God damn it.
Here's the thing, Daniel. You and I watch TV after the kids go to bed. At this rate, we will watch 6 minutes every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to, but I have needs.
All right. Tell them about
I have needs.
The new Vanderpump series.
I was doing my nails, which is a new thing that I sometimes do. And I was so bored. And I said, I'll just put this on my computer while I do that. So,
I'm just, you know what? This was our thing.
I don't.
And now you're doing it.
Well, no, I'll rewatch
you know
it
what?
with you.
I'm gonna go podcast with someone else.
Oh.
Yep.
I'll watch it with you. I'll rewatch.
Whatever.
It's just, when are we going to rewatch? Because we've got to get through Mormons.
Yep. Go ahead. Tell them what you think.
Okay. I don't, at this point, I don't really like Marcus's face.
I'm just going to be on my phone while you talk about this.
That's my only thought. That's my only thought so far.
So there's someone named Marcus, and
I don't care for it. Yeah, he's got like a there's a lot of, everyone on the show has like, that's a look.
Well, that's good. They're interesting to look at.
I guess, yeah.
Well, that's good.
I don't know. I don't know yet. There's a girl, and I don't know what her name is, and she seems like drama. And then there's another girl, and she goes out with Marcus.
Do they have interesting personalities? Are they like?
I think they will.
Watch?
I mean, I'm still like only on the first episode.
Okay. Is Peter in it?
I haven't seen him yet. Our dog?
Yes. Is our dog?
No, I haven't seen him yet. Peter Madrigal, I have not seen him yet. Michelle. I think her name is Michelle, the one who's drama.
That's a drama name.
Yeah. All right. Adam Acosta says auto-generated chapters are hilarious. I think that that Spotify creates the chapters. Oh my God. I just remembered something that I promised a listener that I would do, and I haven't done it yet. So, if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can take the RSS, you get an RSS feed, and then you can like put it into whatever podcast thing you use. So you can listen to the Patreon episodes in Apple Podcasts. And she's like, my Apple Podcasts, it hasn't shown the new episodes since November 26th. So I was supposed to look into that, and I haven't. It's always a pickle for me when people reach out to me with tech issue problems, because I don't know the answer, but right. I still want to help. But anyway, you also should subscribe to Patreon. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Melissa says, as a fellow darkness dweller, I love to hear Daniel's internal thoughts and struggles. He is smart and vulnerable in a way I relate to, as I am also on what I think appears to be dark, but doesn't feel bad or evil to me. It's just my brain, and at 52, I am accepting that it isn't going to change.
Yeah. Don't resign to it. I think that like it's worth fighting against it.
The darkness.
Well, see, this is where I don't know that you can really fight against it so much as you can learn to you can't defeat it, right? You can't beat it. But what you can do is accept it as part of who you are and just not let it overwhelm you. So like, just understand that, there's light and there's darkness. And so the darkness is there, but that just implies the light. If you're looking at the darkness, be happy because you know that light exists. And if you're looking at the light, understand there's darkness. Don't believe one is the whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. And so like if you're feeling like it's too much, then seek out the light, but don't try to defeat it because you can't. So like, those dark feelings and stuff, they'll be there. It's part of you. It's never going away.
I've been a gloomy Gus.
Well, yeah, you've been threatening to tell us about it.
I wouldn't say threatening. I've been
holding it over our heads. Like,
what's it like when you are like offering someone something tantalizing? I'm standing outside of Whole Foods with a tray with tiny little cups.
You're
taste my sorrow. Taste my sorrow.
You're like one of those people that approaches you with a clipboard outside of Whole Foods.
Right. Would you care to volunteer to
you want to sign
hear of my sorrow? Well, so I only just, let me back up. I have been highly wound up.
As you are tonight.
Do I seem wound up tonight?
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're putting me up in my head by commenting on how I seem.
Well, you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. So I seem wound up?
You don't feel like it? You are? Yeah, you seem, I would have said, before this was mentioned, I would say you are wound a little tight right now.
Like recording the show or before the show? Because I was feeling it before the show.
You have been. Let's just say you have been.
Yes. Of my windings.
Yes.
Right. So I mentioned Owen's meltdown, and I realized that I'm sorry. Did someone flambe me? What is going on? My heart is racing. I'm like, should I look into propranolol? It's a beta blocker. I don't actually know what it's called.
I'd take beta blockers.
I actually, before I got to the bottom of this, I was like, I looked up like what kind of doctor prescribes a beta blocker.
Go to him.
The thing is,
one of those.
I got to see if because they're a sponsor on Childish. I got to see if they do.
Will they prescribe beta blockers?
I don't know, but I take it's called the hair pill, and I take that. So it's why my hair is so luscious. I say that as a joke because my hair is pretty thin right now, but it is growing in more, and I know it's working because I needed to use a fucking nose hair trimmer. I've crossed that Rubicon.
Yeah,
I purchased and used a nose hair trimmer, Daniel.
I know it's brutal.
And the
was
fuzz.
Like but you had to get like a weed whacker.
I used an actual weed whacker.
Yeah.
Owen was in my lap and he looked up at me and he said, "You have long nostrils. Your nose is thick." But he said it like THICC, so it made me feel good. Anyway,
your nose is a baddie.
Yeah. Do you know what big back means?
Big butt?
No, big back means you have a big stomach. Like Santa has a big back.
Why do they say big back for stomach?
I think because your back is bigger from like carrying your big stomach or something. I don't know. Big back means you have a belly. But gyat is like.
Do you know what a long back is?
No.
A long back is a girl with no butt. Like,
wait,
I saw some guys were calling Taylor Swift. They were saying she is a long back.
Okay, I like that because it's silly and clever, sort of like I like Butterface.
Yeah,
the wordplay of it. Yeah. So I was like, "What's going on? Why am I so stressed?" Like on a physical level, and then we went to the dentist, and for the kids, showed up on the wrong day, which I don't normally do, but they were able to squeeze us in, which is fortuitous. But Owen, it was just a teeth cleaning, but Owen it wasn't our regular dentist, and Owen wouldn't let them finish the cleaning. Like he just refused. And so then the dentist was like, maybe we should try laughing gas. He refused to try that. She's like, well, the next step would be him coming back and, general anesthesia. And then we just take care of all the things we need to take care of. And it's like the idea of sedating a 6-year-old who wouldn't be able to and do we even tell him that's what's going to happen, or do we just surprise him with chloroform? It's not chloroform.
Well, if he didn't know, it might scare him
to be gone and then wake up.
To all of a sudden the world is like dissolving in front of his eyes.
Well, you're not aware of it dissolving. You're just aware of it having dissolved, and then you snap back and you've lost
laughing
time.
Gas? I'm always aware
of
no,
the laughing. I don't mean that. I mean the general anesthesia.
Oh. Yeah.
If he was going to be put to sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
There's got to be other ways.
It's like when that's like doing a teeth cleaning for a German Shepherd or something.
I literally kept thinking like, why don't I just have a vet do it?
Yeah.
I'm going back in January with him, and I'm hoping his regular dentist. I mean, honestly, and the way I say honestly so much, it suggests that every other time I don't say it, I'm just flat out lying. The other dentist has more patience for dealing with Owen's protestations.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was they were already squeezing us in. It's like, I'm not going to be able to get anywhere with him constantly pulling my hand out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So here's our options. But that had a profound effect on my body.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Owen is like Captain not going to poop, Captain withholding his poop. So we talked to this woman who's not a doctor, but she was like, I'm surprised that no one has told you by now that could be deadly. Like his colon could burst and he could die. And I also was thinking, I don't think this is true because we've talked to various pediatricians and things like this is an ongoing, and I doubt they would keep it on the down low if this is a potentially deadly problem. But at the same time, my reaction while she was saying this was, it was like, 10:30 a.m. I was like, I have got to go back to sleep. I keep feeling like I need to go back to sleep. I need a hard reset of this reality. And I think it's because I don't drink and there's no other escapism I have really.
You don't have a way of taking the edge off.
No, my way of taking the edge off is going back to bed. I have to get prone. I need to be laying down.
THC?
I don't feel like it's going to work for me. I need a heat pad or it's going to be it's going to have too much of an effect on me. I need a heat pad.
You could do lower dose.
I need to wake up in 2 hours to a different reality. But I think most people, it's not like the options are either you drink and you can handle like drinking is not a good way to handle stress either. There's ways to breathe through it in the moment, and there's all sorts of ways to stay regulated, of which I have not availed myself, I guess. But then it occurred because I was just like, I know you tried to say something, but sorry.
Fine.
I was like, I am in the midst of all this, I am experiencing so much anxiety. I feel nervous. I feel scared. I feel like something bad is going to happen. I feel like I'm in trouble. And the times of my life that I've experienced anxiety, I'm always taken with how much it's because depression is physical, but it's really more mental for me. But then you're like, it feels physical, like something's sitting on me and I feel just bleh. But for the most part, for me, it feels mental. But anxiety feels like a physical affliction when I'm really in the grips of it. Like I just feel nervous. Like I can't calm down. And then I realized this is the time of year that my mom died. We are heading into your mom arrived. Your mom just arrived in the present day. The house looked Christmassy. Our house looks
exactly
Christmassy.
like last year.
Yes, all the stimulus is the same.
Yeah, I think you're feeling anxiety, but I feel like what you're experiencing, I mean, maybe technically it is anxiety, but it's more like fight or flight. Because what happened last year is, this series of things that preceded. So like, if you were to map this year onto last year, it's like my mom arrived. We were getting ready for Christmas. Christmas, by the way, this year is like almost exactly the same day as last year, right? Like it's like one day off, but it's still like that same part of the week.
So my mom went into the hospital on the 27th.
Christmas was like a Wednesday last year.
Saturday.
And it's a Thursday this year.
Yeah. See, it's totally different.
So it's like, it just feels like it's the same, like, oh, now it's the weekend before. And we were going to.
Yeah. I don't think haven't been conscious of it.
And then like a week later. So this was happening last year. And then a week later, you watched your mom die. And so I think the trauma of that, the way trauma works in your brain is that it like codes it. And so now your brain, if it sees certain patterns, is going to be like, oh shit, someone died. You're like, it's like, so you're seeing these patterns, and in that like deep level of your brain, beneath your conscious mind, it's like alarms are going off, like danger, danger.
Yeah.
And so yes, you are in like, your whole body is in this state of like
something bad is about to happen.
Horrible is about to happen.
Like, I'm not safe. You're not safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. And then, I felt a lot better after talking to you last night. I was talking to you and I cried quite a bit.
It was so embarrassing. Very cringe. Like you really, you cry, you blubber, you were like, me.
This is me. Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah. My life is, my mom died.
My mom died, and also my dad died. Oh, and so I have
boo-hoo. That's me. Boo-hoo.
That was me. Yeah. Look, everyone, look. That was totally centering myself.
Oh my God, you do.
How can I do that when
you were centering yourself?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the more I can be in touch with what I'm actually feeling is good. It's just weird. It is weird because my therapist, the one who recommended the book, remember? Bring it full circle.
I do.
She's been saying things like, well, I think well, look at the date, it's December this, it's this, like, and we're heading into this. And I've been thinking, I don't think so, Kathy. I just don't think that's happening for me because I am not really, I just don't think it's like, what's the big deal?
Do you know why you feel that way?
Do you?
I think that you're someone who leads with your intellect.
Yes.
And I think that you tend to over value your intellect. Excuse Not me. To say you don't have a powerful intellect. Again. You think that it's way more important than it is.
Pardon?
In terms of the way that you think your intellect is in control. You think that your thinking mind is in control. And so like when someone's like, "Oh, this thing is happening," it's like if if those thoughts aren't originating in the intellect, then it can't be real. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not thinking about that. How could that be what I'm responding to?
Right.
But it's like what you don't understand is your intellect is the rider on the horse, and and yes, you can guide the horse, but the horse is going to go where it's going to go.
My intellect is the rider on the horse, but I'm not riding a horse. I'm riding an intellectual.
You're a Segway
human. No, I am horse and rider, and we're both very intelligent. Thank you very much.
You just need to have more.
Go ahead.
I just think that you need to let go a little bit.
Well, of course,
and understand that there is something that is more powerful and more fundamental that at work in your brain.
The reason I didn't think that was going to happen is because I have not been in touch with sadness related specifically to losing my mom. It is, if like with Oliver, that was very on the surface for a long time. And so if someone said like the anniversary of losing Oliver is going to be a big deal, I would be like, well, yeah, no shit, because I'm still not over it. With my mom, it's been surprising how like pretty okay in quotes I am. I see that you want to say something. And
I'm just raising my hand.
Yeah, I get that. And so it took me by surprise how sudden and raw these feelings are, where I don't know where I was today, somewhere, and just, oh, my mom used to like that, or oh, my mom used to say that, or all these things. And it's like, I feel it feels fresh and raw in a way that it hasn't for a year. I think I took all my pain and I just shoved it into a closet and closed the door. And I'm like, because I have to go to 65 banks today.
Yeah,
I really hit it. And then also I want to say to the listeners, thank you. Because I could imagine you're like, oh my fucking God, this bitch is still talking about losing her parents.
They're
Jesus fucking, I know.
I am.
I am. I have talked about this non-stop.
Well, honey, I think people understand.
I know, but come on. I'm like,
stop.
I've been talked about this since 2023. Exhausting. And now,
at least you're not talking about your dog, your dead dog.
I just did.
Now this isn't me knowing what's going on with you. This is I want to be clear. When I'm talking about this stuff, it's just these are suggestions.
Yeah.
I don't know more about your psyche than you know. But
Thank you.
I think when I hear you talk about it, you talk about like the grief. You're like, oh, I haven't been in touch with the grief about my mom, da da da. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think that what you're experiencing right now is part of the grieving process. I don't think that.
See, I think it is.
I think that no. I think what it is it's trauma.
Oh yeah,
and it's fear. It's like what you the anxiety.
I guess I think they're all kind of.
But I don't think
a piece.
I don't think it. I think they're related. You're definitely like going to feel the loss of your mom, and you're going to feel sad. But I think there's beneath that. I think there is. I
haven't even processed that. I haven't even processed the actual trauma of what we watched, which was gnarly.
There's like, what's going to happen? There's like an anticipation of doom. That's
apparently our 6-year-old colon is going to burst.
Well, so like that's what I mean. So like when something happens where somebody says, "Oh, your kid is like gonna have a healthy." At this time now, it's like that's the thing,
right?
That's the thing. Like in a week, I'm gonna watch him pass away. Like, right? Like that's the doom feeling that's coming from it. It's not about grieving your mom. That is associated with it. Mm-hmm. That's happening. But this is I think it's both. It is both, but I think it's important to disaggregate it a little because I think
disaggregate is that a thing we say?
What?
Did you say disaggregate?
Yes.
But is that a word?
Isn't it?
I'm sure it is because
to separate them out.
I've just never heard. You know how I am.
Now I'm wondering. Am I?
It's probably a word because it's like when you were like talking about prosecuting a war, and I was like, I don't think you mean it. I don't think that's how it's used. So,
well, no.
Sometimes you know words that I don't know, which is very humbling. I'm sure disaggregate is a thing. It's probably some Excel word. Do you disaggregate in your Excel spreadsheet?
Disaggregate. To separate into component parts. Yeah, I was right.
Literally,
to break up or apart. Okay. Jeez, you make me...
I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. It's just I've never heard that. It's like when Dustin Goot said concatenate.
Oh, well, that guy's fucking smart.
But apparently you are too. For me, I set the bar high. You have to know words I don't know. And then I'm like, holy shit, you must be smart.
Anyway, well, you just need to split these things into parts. There's a word, disaggregate. I'm not going to use that word.
But is that an Excel word?
No.
Where did you encounter it?
I don't know.
Okay, fine.
I don't know how words get into my brain.
How did you learn a word that I didn't learn?
I don't know. I've had a different life than you.
Right. I don't think there's a lot of people around you saying disaggregate.
Well, I didn't learn English since knowing you and only from knowing you.
Well, so you've been sitting on this word for 14 years?
Do
you know what concatenate means?
Isn't that to combine?
It had to do with like we were at Time Out in New York, and it has to do with categories. To concatenate, I think, is to combine. Let's look it up. I think it's to combine categories. It has to do with organization and categorization. Concatenate. Dustin has been on my mind a lot. I got to find out.
You should. Hang out with Dustin.
You know why? Perhaps.
What? Because
he texted me on the day that my mom, like in the morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And was like, hey, I know this is very last minute, but we're probably going to be in Burbank. Would you...
Like a year ago.
The day my mom went into the hospital.
No.
But she hadn't gone into the hospital yet. We're probably going to be in Burbank, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember if he asked for restaurant I think it was like restaurant recommendations, and also would you want to get together if we make it? And I was like, I would love to, but I'm not sure, blah, 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 keep me posted. And then I was like, well, so my mom just got taken to the emergency room.
Do you think he had something to do with it?
Probably.
I didn't even put that together.
Such mixed signals to fucking invite someone to get together and then to give their mom sepsis.
It's fishy.
It's just extreme. It's like, just don't invite me to begin with. So anyway, I was like, oh, sorry, I have the order wrong. He mentioned that, and I wrote back to him and I said, I would like to, but my mom just got taken to the emergency room, so I'm sort of like in a holding pattern waiting to see like what's going on. And then like it's like, oh, and she died and it was sepsis. And he's like, what is Dustin, who knew concatenate? He's like, what is sepsis? See? I don't even want to look it up. It sounds like some kind of medieval disease.
It does. Yeah, it does. Sepsis.
And then like, you know, he and I were going back and forth a little bit, and he's like, I still can't bring myself to look it up. So I sent him a voice memo, and I'm like, here's what sepsis is. So he's been on my mind a lot lately, and I bet it is because of the annual, because of the year. I hadn't even put it together.
This year, it feels like the whole year went by so fucking fast. When I think about what happened a year ago, it feels like it was just a few months ago. It feels so recent.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's because it was so traumatic, and then the whole year has been like about one thing. Like this whole year that it just feels like very close. And I imagine that it feeling that close is one of the reasons why it's
right
creating this really annoying, frankly, feeling in you.
I think the concatenate actually is an Excel command. To use concatenate in Excel, combine text from multiple cells, so concatenating is linking or combining.
Anyway,
but you could disaggregate things you've concatenated.
Yeah, I guess you could, but I don't. As far as I know, it's not an Excel thing. Maybe it is. So, yes, grief, but also there was somebody. I don't know if you're talking about. There was somebody who was talking about anger. He was a psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever, and he was talking about how like if you're full of anger, like if you're just in a state of rage, the first thing you should do is recognize that you are angry, and what that does is it brings that into your frontal cortex. So your brain, it like the anger is existing in this like limbic space deep inside your mind, and it's like fully controlling your emotions. But the minute you start to say to yourself, "I am angry," now you move it, and by moving it, it changes the way that it's functioning in your body, and allows you to start to be able to, okay, now I can breathe. And that process of identifying an emotion, I think, is really powerful. So like that's why it's like I'm kind of like think it's important for you to say like what this is that you're feeling.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it just controls you.
Well, it did help because I was just like sitting there just vibrating, and I'm like, I feel honestly, as opposed to bullshit, dishonestly, what I should do is sit down and write, whether it's actually like a Substack thing or just journaling. Oftentimes I'll just open up an email and just write what I'm feeling. The vast majority of my drafts are sort of just like diary entries, but I cannot bring myself to do it. I don't want to. And also when I had time in the car, I realized it's like saying, I really want this counter to be clean, but I don't want to wipe it down. I want my brain to be less convoluted, and I'm unwilling to wipe it down. And the thing that wipes it down is the journaling. Like I should just every fucking day, I should just spill the shit in my brain out onto the page, not for anyone to read, but just because it helps me so much. But I can't bring myself to do it right now. So I was like imagining what I would say if I did open up a document and wrote it. And it's just, I feel nervous. I feel scared. It's all the things I just listed before. And that helped me to just identify that.
The absolute worst thing, other than like, I don't know, watching your child die, like, or, you know, like happened a year ago. Like,
not bad.
Well, it's pretty bad. I mean, it was pretty awful.
Watching you die would be worse.
You think it would. But, you know, if you watch me die, there's also a feeling of like, oh, I can like start to play the field again. No, but like,
yes, I know, and
there are worse.
If you know
I'm not
me,
saying
you
it's
know
the
I'm dying to play the field.
It's not the absolute worst, but it's up there.
Watching a human being die is
watching a person die, watching your
intense.
mother die.
Yeah.
Okay, so like,
well, it's complicated because I had a complicated relationship with her,
but
that
still
makes
your
it worse.
mom.
Yeah,
it's
I
still,
know.
Like, you think of it from a psychological standpoint and not from a like therapy standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you had a complicated relationship with your mom, yes, but on a deep level, like your mom and your
I'm
dad,
Bambi.
Your mom and your dad are like the first relationships that you ever had. They are the models upon which like you started to understand human beings and the human face and expressions. Like, for that person to die is a big deal, and then to even though yes, it was complicated and she was complicated, it's still going to fuck you up. And I just think it's like, you need to like honor that. Yeah. And, just like recognize, because that's happening. You might want to be like, oh no, but it is. And you have to recognize it, because otherwise it's going to like, it's going to make you crazy. Like, you're just going to be in control of it. It's going to be in control of you, rather. Okay. Okay, bitch.
Yeah. It was not pleasurable. It was awful. And I keep thinking about when they said that they're not detecting any brain activity anymore, like she's brain dead. Mm-hmm. For some reason, that keeps playing through my head.
That sucked.
I guess because it was like, we knew she was died, like there was no recovery, but that absolutely.
The whole thing was so surreal. It was so weird, because like, there she is. She's on machines. She's breathing. Like, but yet like, oh, but it'd be like, and we're sitting there waiting, like the heartbeat was going the beep, 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 beep. And they're like, oh no, she's dead. And you're like, what the fuck?
Do you mean dead or brain dead?
No, at the end.
That part is very hazy
she was like,
to me.
I'm sitting there waiting, like, at what point
is it done?
Because we knew she was going to die, right?
Right.
But like,
oh right,
but like,
yes, that was like, there was like some electrical impulse.
But it's like, oh no, she had already died. What the fuck do you mean she's dead? I'm like looking at this woman sleeping, and there's a fucking heartbeat. Oh
right.
No, that's not real.
But right, it wasn't. It was some electrical impulse.
And the way that it was just like, she just like, she just like she like faded away, and at some point it was so like, how is this real? It was just so
very weird. There was no specific moment that maybe that's why I'm pointing to that specific moment when they're like, when they said she was brain dead. Like, there was no moment that marked the end.
Yeah, the whole thing was...
I mean, when they took her off the machines, but...
And that was just a year ago. So like, hopefully we can...
And then... And everyone on Patreon has gotten an ass full of this, but like...
The fish?
No. Everyone loves fish. Everything got so crazy and awful.
Oh, with your
interpersonally.
Sister?
Yeah, with my sister and with my brothers and with... Yeah. I guess that's mostly it. But like, things took a quick turn afterwards. Just insane, just crazy and insane.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take my brothers out of it. That's a separate thing.
That was a little bit different.
That was very different. So I would like to everyone mentally edit out my brothers. But yeah,
it was a traumatic year. It was like, and it was crazy because that happened, and then the fires happened. It just felt like,
you know what it is? It's really like fairy tale. It's like an archetypal. It's like the good mother died, and now there's evil people in charge of you, and suddenly you're a scullery maid. It's like, which is a stretch to say that my mom was like the good mother who protected me or anything. But once she was gone, there were these figureheads that popped up.
I think really what happened was your father died.
Yeah.
And it was like the analogy, what it felt like to me with your family was that like, It's like the sun. It's like if the sun were to just blip out of existence instantly, all the planets would just spin out into the darkness.
Right.
Like there's no center of gravity anymore. And that's what it felt like. It felt like when your dad died, that's what happened in your family.
But I think there were some opportunistic figures who rose to prominence.
That's true.
I kept saying,
it's real Game of Thrones.
There's something rotten in Denmark.
Yeah.
It was Hamlet as well. It's like
That's
the person who's supposed to be here was offed.
Right.
And now this dipshit thinks they're calling
Is
the
that
shots.
why we staged a play for your sister?
Yeah.
To see.
Yes.
I was wondering.
The play's the thing, I kept saying. And she's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. Anyway, this was an episode, and it will always be an episode. I'd like to remind everyone that I'm on Patreon. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Please go there. I'm on Substack. AlisonRosen.substack.com. I will be regularly writing in 2026. Click through the Amazon. I've got an Amazon shop, amazon.com/shop/Alison Rosen. On Patreon, there's it's public. There's a list of like all the links. If you click through, it helps the show and it doesn't cost you anything extra. And that's my like pinned post on Patreon. Follow me everywhere. I've been TikToking more. I'm the Alison Rosen over there. Daniel, anything?
Just I hope everybody's having a great holiday.
Yeah, I hope we didn't ruin it.
I really hope that this didn't bring you down. Just be with each other, love each other, have a beautiful fucking Christmas season or whatever you celebrate, because y'all deserve it.
They do. You do. We love you.
You guys do. Absolutely.
The other people don't, but you do.
Yeah, don't worry about the news and shit. You can't control that. You can't control the news. Just enjoy the time. You have my permission.
And call in with your New Year's resolutions, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Alison Rosen Show?